What's up, world? This is the How To I Do channel with Ed and Sharita. Thank you for tuning in today. We've got another special one for you. It's called Till Death Do Us Part. Now, I know we say that as a part of our marital vows and things of that nature, but there's something about that statement that I want to show you that may be helping you to get to that death part a little sooner than you're trying to. So how can we prevent that? I'm going to show you. First, I want to say thank you to everybody that shared, commented, subscribed to our channel. Thank you. I don't want to get into name calling and saying, thank you to this person or that person, because I'm afraid I'm going to miss someone. But thank you to everybody who is sharing our channel. Because of you, we are able to reach more and more people and help save more and more marriages. So thank you. And before we go even further than that, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channels. You can go to the HowToIDo on all of your social media, and go to our website at HowToIDo.org. All right, this one has kind of got me a little anxious. I'm ready to dive all the way in. So let's get it right now. This one is called Till Death Do Us Part. And there are two passages that I want to read to you from the same chapter, but there's two things in that chapter that I want you to see. So I'm going to read them both right now. So the first one is Mark 5:22 and 23. That's New King James Version. And it says, "And behold, one of the rulers of the synagogue came, Jairus by name, and when he saw him, he fell at his feet and begged him earnestly, saying, 'My little daughter lies at the point of death.'" I want you to underline that. And now drop down in that same chapter of Mark and go to verse 35. So it's going to be Mark 5:35 through 43. And it says, "While he was still speaking, some came from the ruler of the synagogue's house, who said, 'Your daughter is dead. Why trouble the teacher any further?' As soon as Jesus heard the word that was spoken, he said to the ruler of the synagogue, 'Do not be afraid, only believe.'" I want you to underline that too. "And he permitted no one to follow him except Peter, James, and John, the brother of James. Then he came to the house of the ruler of the synagogue and saw a tumult and those who wept and wailed loudly. When he came in, he said to them, 'Why make this commotion and weep? The child is not dead, but sleeping.'" Underline that. "And they ridiculed him. But when he had put them all outside, he took the father and the mother of the child and those who were with him and entered where the child was lying. Then he took the child by the hand and said to her, 'Talitha Cumi,' which is translated, 'Little girl, I say to you, arise.'" Underline that. "Immediately the girl arose and walked." Underline those two things. "For she was 12 years of age, and they were overcome with great amazement, but he commanded them strictly that no one should know it, and said that something should be given her to eat." Underline that. All right. There are 4 words that I want to highlight from that passage, for both of those passages. And the 4 words are eat, sleep, walk, and death. Now, the commonality between the first 3 words are energy. They all are a source of energy production. And if you lack either of the 3, then you will end up at the last word, which is death. Now, I titled this till death do us part, because many of us, myself included, are trying so hard to attain things in our marriage and in our life and in our business pursuits that we are doing exactly what this man was saying was happening to his daughter. We are lying at the point of death, and we don't even know it. We are, in essence, staying up late trying to finish this project and that project, and we're feeling fatigued because we were up late trying to finish whatever it was that we were trying to accomplish. So it leaves us tired, which means that we are lacking energy, or we're skipping meals to just work through the day so that we can get done early in an effort to do something else in the evening, let's say to go walking. But because we missed our meals, now we're too tired to walk, right? So we don't get the walk in, and we'll say, well, I'm too tired to walk, so I'll walk tomorrow. Both of those have caused us to lose vital energy because we didn't get the nutrients that we needed from the meal that we skipped, and then we didn't get the energy that we needed to revitalize us from walking. So we're still losing energy even in those pursuits. We are literally killing ourselves, which by the lack of these three things, we are compromising our immune systems, which heightens our ability to contract different types of diseases or sicknesses. And all we needed to do was to eat, sleep, and walk. Now, many of us, we stood before our family and our friends and whoever was at our wedding, and we were so happy to say, "Till death do us part." Right before they said, "You may kiss the bride." That was a phenomenal time because that means that we were about to be married, right? So everybody was excited and we're waiting to kiss, right? But how many of you were thinking that the "till death do us part" portion of it would happen when you were old and gray? Because I know I did. But how many of you now realize that without the elements of sleep, walking, and eating, that "till death do us part" phrase could happen today? We are so busy, and I hear you. You know, I know all of the slangs, all of the colloquialisms. The early bird gets the worm. Yeah. Or I'll sleep when I'm dead. I hear you. I'm a hustler, baby. I hear you. But you know what all of those terms mean? It means I'm gonna do whatever I wanna do. You ain't fooling nobody. But that's really inconsiderate of you to think like that, because if you're married, then you're causing your marriage to dissipate by not taking care of yourself, because you're putting yourself into an early grave. And if that's the point, then what was the point in getting married in the first place? Yeah, so if you're gonna pursue being rich or just wanting a better lifestyle for yourself, or just trying to just improve yourself, then great, work towards that goal. Go for it. But don't cut yourself short by cutting out the necessities of eating, sleeping, and walking to achieve those goals. Because again, the common thread that those things have in common is energy. And if you don't have energy, then you don't have power to achieve and maintain those goals. This is why what Jesus said and what the young ruler Jairus said go hand in hand. The ruler said, "My little daughter lies at the point of death." This is because it implies that the girl is not dead yet. But one of the closest points to death is sleeping. So in essence, it was the ruler's words that kept his daughter alive. This is why when the people came to him and were saying, hey, man, your daughter died. This is why Jesus looked over at him and said, hey man, look, don't be afraid, only believe. So what Jesus was saying was essentially, hey man, forget what everybody else is saying. It's about what you believe. You said that your daughter was lying at the point of death, which means that she's not dead yet, she's sleeping. So when I get to your house, I'm going to say to the naysayers whatever it is that you believe. And if you believe that she's sleeping, then I'm going to tell them the child is not dead, but she's sleeping. And again, because of what you believe, I'm going to act on that belief. And then I'm going to say, Talitha Kumai, which is translated, little girl, I say to you, arise. Well, that may not sound like much to you until you realize what the word arise means. Dictionary.com says that it means wake up. So what does any of that have to do with marriage? It has everything to do with marriage, because if you don't want that till death do us part segment of your marriage to start today, then you need to first believe that whatever you believe God for, whether it be in your marriage or your career or in your life in general, will only happen on the backside of your ability to continue to believe. And number two, you need to follow the regimen of this little girl. You need to sleep. Just gonna let that soak in. Because if you're anything like me, you work, and you sleep when you can. I take a series of naps. I don't really sleep. It's not good. It's not producing the energy that's needed. Also, what you realize is that she was getting energy in her sleep. That's what happens when you sleep. You regain energy, you restore, you refuel. That's why it's so important. And I think it's recommended that we get somewhere like 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours or something like that. Then you need to do the next thing that the girl did, which is every morning when God says, arise, and you wake up, you need to walk, which is again another source of energy. You need to walk around, get your blood flowing, get the energy going through your body. Then finally, you need to do the next thing that the little girl did, which is to eat. Eating fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, nuts, things that are grown, help to give your body the energy that you need to pursue whatever your goals are, whatever you want to happen in your marriage. If you don't have energy, then it's only a matter of time before that till death do us part portion comes into your marriage. That's a tough pill to swallow, but it's reality. I know we chase things, we want this so bad, so we stay up and we work over and over time, and we're just putting in all of this extra effort, but we're not refueling by sleeping, walking, and eating properly. So when we don't do those things, death is waiting for us. Because our body is a temple, and we're supposed to take care of our temples. And I know this is a hard one for me, because when I'm working, my wife has to come and tell me, Eddie, eat. Because I won't think about it. It's like my appetite just goes out the window. Or if I'm really working on a project, then sleep will flee. And I dang sure ain't getting up to walk because I'm sitting trying to finish whatever it is that I'm trying to finish. So you're not the only person in this. I'm preaching to myself, teaching to myself, talking to myself as I'm recording this video. This is a hard pill to swallow, but you need the energy that can only be gained and sustained through resting, walking, and eating properly. So lastly and finally, I'm going to say, pursue your dreams and your aspirations, but believe God to help you achieve those goals where you fall short. And then you will have more energy to pursue those goals when you eat, sleep, and walk adequately. Don't let death show up prematurely. Okay? Well, that's all I have for you this week. Until next time, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and comment below. What do you need to do to keep death from your door? Should you be walking? Should you be eating? Should you be sleeping? Leave your comment below. We want to hear from you. And again, you can always go to our website at HowToIDo.org. There you can pick up our book titled I Do, But How Do I? It's a great book with lots of principles. It's an easy read, but it will help to save your marriage. That's my belief. And also right there, you can pick up some gifts for your spouse. And if you want to have us speak at your event or have a consult with us, you can do everything that you want to do as it relates to that right there on HowToIDo.org. And of course, you can always follow us on all of your social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at the HowToIDo. Well, that's it. That's all I have for you today. See you next time. Peace.